Now it's day 2 in Poland, and today we're going to, actually today we might not do anything, because it's Sunday, and for all we know everything will be closed. But, oh well, we'll see, and hope it's fun. Now it's day 2. What excitingness do you have for us today?
Breakfast! Woo!
You're such a boring individual, I hope you know that.
Shut up, man.
So we've been out for like 10 minutes and we've somehow already managed to gotten ourselves lost.
Yeah.
How do we even accomplish such an astonishing feat?
Well, I think
astonishing feat of incompetence. Let me finish.
No.
Let me finish before you answer.
Your fault, because you're very enthusiastic of following my way, and half of my fault, because I lead you the wrong way. Yes.
Basically, we now have breakfast. Hooray! And we've been up for like, I don't know, an hour or something.
Yes.
And I'm hungry.
And I have
And I don't like this country so far. No one speaks English. And yeah, it's
Sunday.
that too. You know, not the most pressing of concerns at the moment, but no one speaks English. You know, you can't communicate. People at the store were like, oh, we need more money, and we were like, we didn't know how much money to give, so we just pretty much gave them all of our money, and then we just got some change, and turns out we only need to pay like 3 zlotys more than we initially offered, and
Yeah, fuck them.
pretty much. So we went to buy breakfast, and you know, I typically enjoy some milk in my tea, but my incompetent friend, imbecile that she is, instead bought some buttermilk. And, being from Sweden, we have no idea what the fuck buttermilk actually is, because we don't have it there. Although, just by smell, it's very, very similar to this other thing that we typically eat for breakfast with some cereal or whatever. But I went ahead and tried it anyway. And you know, if you know what buttermilk is, you're probably like, oh my god, you did not just put buttermilk in your tea. But I did, and it looks very suspicious. It's very sort of grainy, you know. It seems to kind of sink to the bottom. I don't have a spoon I can use because this place we live in doesn't have anything. But yeah, so it doesn't actually taste like shit. I mean, if you just smell the buttermilk, you're like, oh my god, put this in my tea, what the fuck? But you know, it doesn't really taste bad. It doesn't really taste good either. It just kind of because it all just sinks to the bottom. Oh well. And now we've gotten ourselves some cheap Polish booze. Yes. This was about it was 20 zlotys, which translates to about 40 crowns. Crowns, of course, being the currency of Sweden, where I'm from, and I think that would be about 4 euros or whatever, like $5 or $6, something like that. And I'm not really gonna bore you with the details, but basically that's ridiculously cheap. As I mentioned before, everything is so cheap here. As you can read, it's vodka. I don't know how much typically you can expect to pay for vodka in Sweden. I don't really have any experience with buying alcohol in Sweden, because in Sweden we have this whole system. I'm not gonna bore you with the details, but you know, we just got this at a grocery store, and basically you can't do that in Sweden. We have this whole system, and so yeah, I'm not entirely sure what you can expect to pay for booze in Sweden, but it's not 40 crowns, you know. Just for reference, I'd say maybe like my friend told me maybe like 200 crowns. So, you know, you can just, even if you don't know the exchange rates right there, you just notice the difference. And, you know, this probably isn't the most high quality stuff, you know. It's like, no, this is probably just it's cheap booze, sure, but still, if you just want to get drunk off your ass, this'll do. So yeah, cheap Polish booze. It's gonna be a fun night. So that was day 2. It's been a really long day, but not in a bad way. Just felt like we got a lot of stuff done today. I mean, it's Saturday this morning with adventures in breakfast. Then we just kind of went out for a walk, just to kind of look at the surroundings, you know, get a grip on where we are. And then we got back to the room and we got some vodka, and we sat around and drank a bunch of vodka. And I mean, we didn't really get absolutely sloshed and trashed the room or anything, but I mean, it was an interesting couple of hours. And then we went out to a restaurant. Now at the evening we just got back home again, and yeah, you know, it's been a rather eventful day. You know, it felt like it was a really long time ago since we got up. And what I really want to highlight that I brought up this morning, but I kind of want to get back to again without all the antics that surrounded it, is that it's really hard to communicate. People here, they don't speak English. You know, a couple of the very young people at restaurants and whatever speak a bit of English, you know, but it's like they don't. And you know, this is not just us coming from you in an English-speaking country being like, why don't they speak our language, you know? No, I mean, we're from Sweden, but over there it's like English is the language to talk to foreigners, you know? Everyone knows English there. Even if not fluently, it's still, that's how you talk to people from other countries. Here, your best bet for interlingual communication is German. Most people here speak German, and you know, in science and everything, it's usually like Polish and German. And I speak, you know, a moderate bit of German, or rather, I'm proficient enough at reading German. You know, I can like read a menu or whatever, and I can get most of it, but I can't really speak it fluently properly, you know. So it's like, yeah, I really cannot stress that enough. It's very hard to talk to people, you know. We've gone to stores and everything, you know, bought things. It's just like, pay this much, whatever. It's like we have no idea what they're saying, and we're like in English, and they're like, oh, they just don't know. And I mean, I guess I can't blame them. I mean, if they haven't been taught it, they haven't, you know. It's not their fault, but it's still just, I don't know what we should have expected. We probably should have expected this, I don't know, but I mean, I would have thought it would be at least a little, you know. And I guess it's because, I mean, we live in this kind of remote place, kind of in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's not a big town at all, you know. It's kind of a small little, it's just a small little coast town, you know. And I mean, if you go to like a big city, it's like suddenly, you know, this much more of like international lifestyle, whatever. That sounds like a very silly word, but still, you know. Yeah, if we went to a big city, things would be different, you know. But I'm just like, I don't know, I just expect a bit more, you know, I don't know. But again, you know, that was probably wrong of me to expect that, certainly. But yeah, just I cannot stress that enough. I know, of course, I have no access to the internet on our phones or anything, so I can't just Google Translate, but oh well, that was day 2.